Alright then, the next entry is going to be the final step for this set of games I'm doing. Tower of Babel, The Malscriptum. So, we've had not one but two Tower of Babel type of games here. The Tower of Babel was the greatest architectural undertaking ever conceived by man, a monument to touch power and unity of nations. But the attempt to touch heaven provoked divine wrath. As punishment, languages fragmented and the tower's inhabitants lost the ability to understand one another. Formerly allied nations turned against each other, and reality itself became distorted inside the tower. Many succumbed to despair, while others were transformed into aberrations. In the midst of the chaos, one wizard attempted to master the power of the curse by writing the Malscriptum, an unholy tome that caused madness in those who read its cursed words. Now you, an explorer or a survivor, must traverse the levels of the tower to find a way to reverse the curse. Parts of the book are scattered on various parchments throughout the tower. It was made by one Janus Barrow, and just by him, I guess. Apparently an average session takes a few minutes. Well, let's see how she goes. It's another window game, so... This game was created in 7 days by Janus Barrow for the 70-year-old jam. It was made in Twine 2.10, Sugar Cube 2.37, using Notepad++ and Sugar Cube UDL. I used code for my own tutorial on how to create a tile map for Sugar Cube. I also used Chappell's simple inventory and custom macros. The general idea for Malscriptum came from Pen Numbro -D20 RPG supplement called Backdrops. The graphics are modified versions of Kenny's 1-bit pack. Special thanks to my family. Alright, so create your character. We have Warrior, Mage, Rogue, Cleric, or Scholar. So Warrior, a battle-hardened fighter, excelling in brute strength and resilience. Mage, a master of arcane knowledge, wielding powerful magic at the cost of frailty. Rogue, a cunning and agile survivor, skilled in stealth and deception. Cleric, a servant of the divine, balancing faith and healing arts. And Scholar, a seeker of forbidden knowledge, risking sanity for wisdom. You can choose your origin, so we have Urshaki. The ancient warrior culture of the Urshaki survived the tower's curse. They speak Urshak, a runic language carved into stone. Their language is Urshak, and there's abilities right there, so this basically changes the stuff right here. So you got the Zarka. The mysterious Zarka were ancient scribes of the tower, masters of arcane writing. Their language, Zarkane, is based on magical pictograms. So their language is arcane. They don't have any abilities. Well, I guess the abilities are basically like, these right here. So Urshaki basically get 2 defense for free turns, cooldown 12. Battle and Instinct to get 2 melee skill for free turns, cooldown 10. The Zarka gets a Glyph and Insight, plus 2 Perception for free turns. And Arcane Synergy, restores 5 MP. We got the Namari here. The Namari were navigators and merchants who lived in the corridors of the tower. They speak Namarki, a fluid and Meldog language. So they get bonus to barter for free turns or dexterity for free turns. Okay. You got the Varkafi. The Varkafi were engineers and inventors responsible for tower's mechanisms. Their language, Varkaf, is a code-based numeric tongue. So Varkaf, they get ranged skill for free turns and trap mastery, plus 2 trap handling for free turns. So they're the rogues. And then the Zelkane are the last descendants of the tower's original priests. They speak Selk, a language whispered in prayers. So restores sanity points and divine resonance, plus 2 defense for free turns. Alright, so it will go with these guys here. So we get some attributes here. So strength. I have no idea what these are basically good for, so let's boost them all up by a little bit right there. I assume we're basically going to be more of a caster, so maybe we'll get some endurance, intelligence, willpower, and perception. So we're a level 1 scholar of Zelkan origin. We speak Selk. There's our abilities. There's my stats. There's my attributes and stats. So I get 6 HP. I guess we basically get like, 1 or 2 HP for every like 3 endurance perhaps. I should test that, shouldn't I? Let's just go random here. So now we got 2 endurance. And now we're down to 4 HP. And come on, endurance, go up there a little bit. There we go. Yeah, basically it's like, 2 HP for every like, endurance point we basically have. So that's basically how it's basically going to go. And let's have 1 intelligence, 1 willpower, 1 perception. Okay, we have to distribute our points. So let's just go 10 strength. Oh, so 10 is the maximum. Note that my MP is basically 5 here, insanity or free. I'm basically like, trying to see like, what's basically going to boost us up in a moment. So let's just drop this up. Intelligence. All right, so intelligence basically like governs our MP. I'm guessing willpower basically, governs our sanity. Yep. And then we got melee damage modifier of like 1 right here. That's probably from something. Melee damage modifier is 0. So if I basically like, do this up a little bit, I'll probably get increased melee damage modifier. So obviously strength basically governs melee damage modifier, but it's not, you need to get like quite a bit of strength in order to get that damage modifier basically up. Good to know. Okay, let's go like this. That did nothing to like, range damage modifier, so I wonder what dexterity basically like governs. Oh, I got defense modifier of 2 here, so dexterity basically governs my defense, and then carry weight limit 3.3 if like 15 kilograms. So I'm guessing like strength probably governs like, our weight limit. Yeah, by quite a bit. They may have like coins, they may have like, skills. Oops. It basically reset everything there, so that's good to know. Random basically doesn't like, this affects everything, so let's see here. I'm gonna try and get at least like 1 modifier for like, melee maybe, so let's get that much. Defense modifier 1, melee damage modifier 1. You have to get quite a bit of like, strength in order to get that like melee damage modifier of 2, so not really a big fan of like kind of having to like, trial and error basically to create a character, by the way. So it'd be nice if I actually like knew like, a little bit more about like, what I have to invest in order like to get like this stuff basically up. So defense bar of 2. So defense bar of 1. I wonder what perception basically governs. So I got 2 HP, 8 MP, sanity of 20. let's go like this a little bit. So now I got 6 HP, 8 MP. I got skills of restoration, divination. We got wooden club, hooded cloak, glowing gemstone. I wonder like our stuff basically changes here if we like, change our stuff here. So rusty sword, chainmail, melee combat, range combat, deviation. So mage, they get pyromancy, electromancy, divination, very straightforward. Rogue, melee combat, range combat, trap handling, stealth, lockpicking, and deviation. They get iron dagger, iron armor, and lockpick. The cleric probably gets a club, scale mail, silver locket, holy water, melee combat, restoration, deviation. And the scholar, restoration, deviation, wooden club, hooded cloak, glowing gemstone. Well, let's just like create this character and it's like, go for it. So where's the name come from? Do we basically not have the option to basically pick our name? So you only have random names, I guess, to sort of like work with here. So well, all right. So I sort of wasted a little bit of time to see like understand the stats there, but at least I understand them. The Tower of Babel is the greatest architectural undertaking. Blah blah. We basically already saw this, but whatever. The tower is filled with knowledge. Okay, so let's read down here a little bit. Now, you must ascend the tower to find a way to undo the curse. You are a scholar, a seeker of forbidden truths. The tower is filled with knowledge long buried, but some words are best left unread. As Selkin, one of the last pieces of the tower, you seek to mend the broken faith for the shard world, but will your prayers be heard? So basically it's like opening text for each of the crosses, obviously. And like, their backgrounds. Alright, so that's my like inventory. I like that we got like both a weight and like, probably like, like a button system here. So here's our like, stuff right here. You can see all the stuff. I guess we got extra willpower for being a priest and maybe a Selkin, so that's the thing. I have no idea why my range damage is like free, but okay. So, amulet, silver locket gives us willpower. Trinket, glowing gemstone provides a faint source of light in the darkness. There's our abilities, and we have very poor stealth. We have like restoration and deviation here. So there's like all the skills. We have minor heal, heals a small amount of HP, costs like 5 MP, and sense traps, avoid traps damage for 5 turns. How do I basically understand where the traps are, I wonder? Do I see them? You have no equipped ranged weapon. So here's the shortcuts. We have space to wait, F to fire ranged weapon, C to open characters menu, I, M, Z. We don't need this stuff because we already basically have buttons for them. X for shortcuts, H for help menu, and escape to main menu. Alright, so arrow keys are WASD to move your character. That's good to know. Gameplay. So each movement or action advances the game by 1 turn. Moving into an object or NPC interacts with it. If you move into a hostile NPC, you will attack it. Ranged attacks and offensive spells require selecting a target. Here's our stats and survival. HP restored by potions, food, or sleeping. MP blue bar regenerates over time by sleeping or with mana potions. Sanity purple bar restored by holy water, using altars, talking to friendly NPCs, or sleeping. If sanity reaches 0, you become an abomination and lose the game. Inventory and equipment. Each item has a weight. Carrying too much will pin you down. Click on an item in the inventory to equip or unequip it. Weapons, armor, and accessories provide bonuses and abilities. Experience and leveling. Gain experience gold bar by defeating enemies and reading scrolls. When the bar is full, you level up. Each level grants you 1 attribute point and 2 skill points. Objective. Reach the 20th floor of a tower. Find keys to unlock staircases to the next floor. The tower layout is randomly generated each run. Death is permanent. There are no saves. Alright, so this is equipped. This is equipped. A mystical gem rating by soft glow, equipped. No idea what the trinket does for me, but okay. So health, mana, and this. There's our guy. Open a door. The door is locked. The door is locked. The door is locked. There's only one passage here. Oh. So here's a bread loaf. We'll take that. The Sikh rogue says, gold is meaningless if you're not alive to spend it. I don't gamble with my life. I cheat the odds. Traps speak their own language. You just have to listen carefully. Alright, so he basically talks, and we can basically get Sandy back from with him if we need to. You can't understand what this person is saying because, you know, I can't understand him. You hit the Varkov scholar, 1 damage. The Varkov scholar hits you, 1 damage. The Varkov scholar says, to understand the curse, we must first forget the self. Are you willing? Alright, so the first word was never spoken, only thought, and in thinking it was lost. So I can heal myself if I need to. Language is alive, words define reality, the power of God is the language. And again. And again. I'm going to die here if I don't heal myself, so let's try healing. Oh, your journey ends here. The power of Babel cleans in our lost soul. The reach use cell 0. Alright, main menu. Let's just try ourselves a warrior or Shake, I guess. This is our keep it simple. Get a little bit of this stuff. I'm not sure if like intelligence and willpower really matter for like the warrior, but we'll see if like they has like infinite cast. Alright, so we got a little bit more HP this time around. Yeah, no known spells. Now I have to worry about if like, spells is basically governed by like, how much mana you basically have to cast or something like that. And this tower layout looks very similar to like before, though it's a little bit different this time around, I guess, with like, we can pick up. Here's a stone. A small smooth stone, perfect for slings. So good for slings, good to know. A sturdy Swiss chainmail, providing better defense. Rusty sword, a worn up blade, but still sharp enough to fight. You hit the Narky warrior. He hits me for 2 damage. I hit him. The Narky warrior says, a voice echoed through the tower, but none agreed on what it said. He hit me again. I hit him. You're not reading these words, they're reading you. The warrior says, when the tower falls, the first word shall be spoken again. But by whose tongue? I just noticed my sanity is like, negative like 1 here, so that's probably not great. Well, obviously I can't cast spells, I guess, if I don't, like, Alright, there is some, issues here, I guess, of, like, stuff, but whatever. Let's get this. Maybe it's just because I died, so let's just try again here. And I probably can take this again. Okay, this guy's hostile again, so let's do this. You feel your body hardened like stone, increasing your defense. A primal instinct awakens within you, sharpening your melee prowess. You hit him for 1 damage. He says, Sky showered you to a thousand tongues, yet none could name the wound. The first word was never spoken, only thought, and thinking it was lost. Cover your ears, close your eyes, it doesn't matter, the message will find you. So I hit him. When the tower falls, the first word shall be spoken again, but by whose tongue your thoughts and not your own. The gods did not share the language, they merely showed us how broken it always was. Your hands feel wrong, as if they don't belong to you. It's also turning into abomination, I guess. Alright, well, maybe it's because I have like sexual insanity, I can't really do anything. And it might be causing me issues, so... You know, it'd be nice if I actually see the stats, basically, like, you know, here. That's part of the problem I'm basically having. I don't have the ability to actually see the stats, so... There, now I got a melee damage modifier of 2. So hit the rogue, he hits you. He says, each glyph on the door, some lead to knowledge, some lead to madness. So this guy is hostile. Oh, I see, my sandy's going down when I fight this guy. He hits me. The voice echoed through the tower, but none agreed on what it said. Alright, we defeated the rogue. So there's a cursed scroll here. We'll take that. The key to the first floor. So I already have the key basically to get to the next area. So cursed scroll. A scroll containing an extract from the Malscriptum. A small iron key, slightly rusted. An encrypted document detailing a forbidden section of the tower. Let's read. Maybe I can't read it? I don't know. The collection of the old Namari proverbs about the arts of negotiation. Read. Guess I can't read those? I have no idea. Nothing's happening. It seems really janky for some reason in this game. I'm not really sure why. I can't understand this person. The door is locked. The power of gods is a language. Okay, so we're not fighting again here, so let's get these going. The tower does not forget. Every word carved upon its stones will speak. You are not alone, but they are not your friends. Wonky. So I hit him for 2 damage. He hit me for 2 damage. Okay, we defeated him before it killed me, so there's another cursed scroll. There's something basically there, but you know. Is there something for like the message log to like, you know, backtrack it a little bit? They're watching. They've always been watching. I think my sanity is probably so low that, like, you know. It's honest, it's not the absence of words, but the presence of something deeper. Alright, we died. So. I'm not sure what to say about this game. It's got some interesting, like, you know, ideas, I guess we'll say, but. The thing is like, you know, I can't really tell, like, you know, what the main like sort of plan basically is here, sort of like, you know, get by. So at least we have a different sort of like tower like, you know, thing here. Alright, so this is a cleric. He hit me for 2 damage. It seems like everyone wants to hit me for 2 damage except for like, you know, the other guys. They spoke, but the was lost before sound reached their ears. So my heal, sense traps, not really useful for me right now, so. Names are changed to break them, instantly make the world. Now, last time I cast the spell, I died. You feel more aware of hidden dangers the cleric missed. Did I cast this? Or I hit sense traps there by accident? Okay, I don't think the heals are working, so there's a lot of like, you know, issues here with this game. So obviously there's like a not working like, you know, ability right there. Let's grab this, confirm. Alright, so we got a whole lot of like mana to basically cast spells with. We got Ember Touch as well as Static Charge. These are melee abilities, not like, you know, ranged spells as I figure like the mage would basically have. So this might be a very quick run again. Version's Leisure, Prayer for the Lost. I'm not really getting a whole lot of confirmation for stuff that's basically happening either, so there's that too. Take. So this is a cleric hitting me. We are down 2 to 4 HP, but apparently the thing hasn't like, you know, dealt with that. I think this guy's trying to kill me, so I'm probably very dead. Oh, that finally adjusted. Cast. Yeah, we're dead. So the mage does have to have at least some ability to sort of like, you know, survive hits. We'll try this again with a little more HP. I'll be honest, I think I'm probably going to, like, you know, be giving up in this game pretty damn fast, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, that worked. Can't understand that person because I can't speak their language. You hit me for 2 damage, you bastard. You missed. Hit me for 2 damage. They spoke, but the meaning of it was lost before the sound reached your ears. I only hit him for like 1 damage there, so. Is this doing anything? I have no idea. Apply crocus of electrical energy. And yeah, basically, I think this game, like, you know, it needs to be like maybe like, you know, fleshed out a little bit more, maybe like have like, you know, more information. It feels a little bit incomplete, like to the point that, like, you know, I almost think it perhaps shouldn't have been like, you know, marked as like complete entry, but oh well. Enough of this one for now, so take care.